things could not be any hotter than they are right now. Alongside our special guest commentator, Mark Lloyd.
Oh, get it up for me.
I'm Todd Christian. What are you doing here, by the way?
I actually have no idea. Our producer told me to show up today. Jonathan Coachman is not in the house.
He's getting ready for his big match.
Absolutely, to go up against Eugene, and you mentioned it, at Bad Blood, and boy, you are right. It's absolute mayhem and chaos right now on Monday Night Raw and going up the Bad Blood. Oh my gosh, Todd.
I think the one match on the Bad Blood card where there's bad blood, both competitors don't have bad blood against each other, it's the Eugene Coach match. Coach hates Eugene's for reasons we don't know, but Eugene's just going out there to have fun, I think.
You're absolutely right, and it looks like there's a little bad blood between Steven Richards and Rhyno here as they get ready to go, and kind of an uneven match when it comes to power, but never underestimate Stevie Night Heat.
Stevie Night Heat likes to play mind games, I've found out. You don't know what Steven Richards is going to show up. Which one's going to show up? The happy one, the mad one, the sad one, the glad one? All those words rhyme.
Yeah,
Mark.
all ending in ad. So very good. And Steven Richards is, whoa! And what's he doing? He's showing his muscles to Rhyno.
Talk about power. Rhyno's got plenty of it, and he's got a bad look on his face as well. He's not happy. Any ideas? Why?
Because Rhyno wants to win this match. I mean, you can't go into a match being all smiley face and everything unless you're Eugene. Unless you're Eugene, who's just happy to be a WWE superstar right now doing what he loves. And we'll see if Coach gets a last laugh at Bad Blood. But, Todd, we have so much to get into this show today because of all the great matches. Top to bottom, the card is stacked at Bad Blood.
Now, I don't like to play favorites. I don't like to,
Yeah, you do.
I have a personal favorite match that I can't wait to see. Do you know what it is? Look at me and do you know what it is? Try to read my face.
Hang on. Let me look at my crystal ball. My crystal ball. How about Triple H versus Shawn Michaels, Hell in a Cell?
No. La Resistance versus Chris Benoit and Edge.
What is? Oh, wow. What is Richards? Nuts? Yeah. A redundant question. Hello.
Rhyno putting the strength out. The reason I say that is because Chris Benoit and Edge, as you saw last week on Raw, both of them were kind of playing big back body drop, playing some mind games and changing the words around to what they're saying, and I don't know if I feel comfortable with that.
I don't think there's going to be
Wait a minute. Rhyno setting up the door, and Steven Richards does a smart thing.
You were about to say spear, thinking of Edge.
Yes, Edge spear, Chris Benoit.
Absolutely, and now we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen at Bad Blood. La Resistance, Rob Conway and Sylvain Grenier. That great moment that was in Montreal, the standing ovation. Now the titles will be on the line at Bad Blood, and Chris Benoit, yes, will be in that match, but Todd, can you believe it? That later on that night, Benoit will have to go up against Kane for the World Heavyweight title.
You're right, a neck breaker by Richards going into the
cover.
But it didn't work out.
No. Let's do that the whole show. You say one more tonight, finish your thought.
I say tomato.
I say tomato.
Potato.
Potato.
Tomato.
Tomato.
All right, let's call the match. Let's focus. Steven Richards, Rhyno, and right now Richards beginning to get the upper hand here after Rhyno was showing some of those power moves that have been so successful for him recently here on Heat.
Look at Steven Richards. You gotta love him sometimes. He raises his arms, the crowd boos him every single time, and he keeps on raising his arms. You know, Coachman knows what it's like to be booed like that, doesn't he?
He does.
Do you know that I am the Mr. Hollywood reporter?
I've seen your work, and I must say it's not very good. I'm just speaking the truth.
That hurts.
I'm speaking. I know you're the Rock's boy. I know that the
Thank you for pointing
Rock
that out.
Loves Mark Lloyd.
Yeah.
Well, how come you don't have any autographs of The Rock? How come he refuses to sign anything you ask him to sign?
Well, there's a big reason there. I never ask him to sign anything. That's why.
Well, speaking of work, look at Steven Richards working.
A little more professional than that.
Of Rhyno there.
Well, you know, we already mentioned the World Tag Team titles will be up for grabs. Todd, what is your thoughts? I mean, you're backstage there at Raw. What do you think of Chris Benoit? I mean, mentally and physically, to have to prepare for 2 matches in one night with so much on the line.
Well, and not just normal matches. When you get in the ring with Kane, the Red Monster, it's not like you're out there, wrestling dipsy-do. I mean, you've got a 7-foot monster in front of you.
I love that. Kane! Right way to emphasize that, and you know what, you got to wonder. I'm sure part of the Monster's strategy, too, is to capitalize possibly on the fatigue of Chris Benoit. And also, hang on.
Go for the leg, too, and no. Richards putting that boot right into the face of Rhyno and going for the cover. But once again, Rhyno able to kick out.
Yeah, I mean, Kane, will try to capitalize not just on the fatigue of Chris Benoit, but also depending on what Chris Benoit's state of mind will be. If he won the World Tag titles or if they did not take him away from La Resistance. And we mentioned how busy Benoit is. Well, Kane's also been busy getting Lita into that fatal four-way match for the women's title.
Who knows what Kane has planned for Lita? One thing I do know is that he would like to see himself as the World Heavyweight Champion, and he'd like to see Lita as the women's champion.
What is with that? What is the thought process there with that monster? I mean, Todd, I'm going to look at you right now. Be the monster. Feel. I won't say that.
I don't want to feel the monster. I'll tell you that much. I'm not like you, Mark. I don't like to feel the monster.
What I'm trying to ask you is that, what do you think Kane's thought process is?
Can we get back to the match? Can we get back to the match as Steven Richards continues to rip away at that left? Is that the shoulder area, the elbow area of Rhyno?
Pretty much all of it on Rhyno, and that's a wise move by Steven Richards, knowing that he can't match power with Rhyno, so why not go after a certain body part? And that's exactly what Stevie Knight is doing. Oh, man.
And wow. Rhyno helpless to block anything that Richards is delivering to that left arm. And again, Richards goes back to that submission move, and Rhino's got to be thinking about giving up here.
And you know what? Submission moves. We'll see if Chris Benoit can lay on the crippler crossface on Kane, who, Todd, you witnessed it firsthand. Kane instantly getting out of the crippler crossface, just throwing Chris Benoit. And I had a chance to speak with Chris Benoit this past weekend. He said that is a concern going into this match, the power of that monster Kane.
Well, not only did Kane kick out of that crossface very easily, he put a choke slam on Chris Benoit and got a 1-2-3 right in the middle of the ring. I have a feeling if Kane can deliver another one of those choke slams, the title will be his.
Wow, can you imagine that? I mean, fans out there, can you imagine that?
Here's Rhyno starting to get pumped up here. He's trying to get back at Steven Richards. He's been working that left arm for a while now. And boy, a belly-to-belly suplex by Rhyno. And finally, Rhino's left arm is starting to get some feeling back into it. You've got to imagine that Richards had cut the circulation off.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. And Rhyno, though, still has a lot of power with just using one arm, which is basically all Rhyno is. And what I was saying is that can the fans, can myself imagine that if the World Heavyweight Champion being that sadistic monster Kane? Wow.
I mean, it's like a Democrat winning the White House. It's John Kerry as president.
What? What is that?
I don't know. Oh, Steven Richards go over the pin, too. And Richards for the third time.
Oh! And now Rhyno just using the right arm to chop Steven Richards. The left arm basically useless at this point.
Well, Steven Richards on the drop toe hold right in the top middle turnbuckle.
With that left shoulder again, Todd.
It may be over here. Hook of the leg. 2-0.
There's the power of Rhyno. Right now, look at...
What is Richards throwing a tantrum?
My word, what is this? Now what's he looking for? What is Steven Richards doing?
I mean, he's got a 300-pound man laying on the mat, and he's doing dances. You've got to attack Rhyno now, Steven.
What was... I mean, Richards is checking the tape that's wrapped around each wrist.
It looked like he was looking to see what time it was. Maybe he's got a date.
Yes.
He's got to get out of there.
Flower's gone, though. Victoria's gone. Victoria has a fatal four-way to worry about at Bad Blood, which we're going to talk about coming up.
Well, this may or may not be a good idea. Steven Richards on the top rope. Rhyno looks helpless, laying there in the middle of the ring, and no.
There's nothing like leaping off the top rope when nobody's home. Could Steven Richards take a little more time?
Well, he was checking his watch, maybe.
I mean, just hanging out on the top rope. Steven Richards has Rhyno, no pun intended, on the ropes right now. Left shoulder all banged up. You got to be going for the cover, I would think, Todd. You know, from yours and mine extensive ring work.
We've watched a lot of wrestling, and we've seen it time and time again.
There you go.
When you've got a man down, you don't need to do the high-risk maneuver.
No, you don't. You know, although fans, we're not saying we're experts here, but we watch a lot of WWE action.
I mean, especially if you've got Rhyno down. He's hard to bring down, and Steven Richards is about to get a face full of Rhyno here. 2 straight right hands, and down goes Richards, and a third. And Rhyno coming to life here with that injured left arm.
And he uses the left shoulder. And let's see if that did more damage to Rhyno than it did to Steven Richards. And look at his Todd.
2. Wow. It's the match that won't end. Neither one of these competitors will give in.
They won't. And now here comes Steven Richards. Once again working on the left shoulder, doing whatever he can, but look at
Spine buster.
Whoa! I felt that all the way up here, Todd.
Rhyno with a huge spine buster, and I've seen that look before, Mark. And it looks like the gore is a-coming.
Is a-coming. Rhyno, a gore with only one good shoulder.
It's going to be an or. Here it comes. And he got it.
Oh, and with the left shoulder, too. It was the or. You said it.
No pain, no gain. Rhyno sucks it up and picks up the win.
Here is your winner, Rhyno.
Big victory for Rhyno. With one shoulder, one arm, is able to pull out a tough victory against Steven Richards. And the fans, the crowd is going nuts, Todd.
Well, still to come.